Did I not tell you guys this was a big possibility? Holy crap, look at that. Bed Bath & Beyond stock today went up over 50%. Earlier in the day, it was up, what, 25, 27% in that last video, and we called out the ascending triangle, and, well, that ended up playing out. So in this video, we're going to break down the charts, do a quick update, go over what I'm doing. Did I buy more? Am I selling out? Am I taking profits? What am I doing? And maybe later in the video, if we have time, we'll break down the overall markets, the S&P, the NASDAQ, all that good stuff. So if y'all find value, smash that like button, make sure to subscribe, and don't forget to get up to 15 stocks from Moomoo. It is free money. Use that link down below. Let me know what stocks you get in the comments, and with that being said, let's talk. So again, earlier today, I think it was at around, what time was it? Maybe noon on the East Coast when I was making that video, maybe 12:30, I forget exactly when, but overall, we did call out, and you guys can, you could account for this, right? Let me know in the comments. We called out this ascending triangle on the intraday chart. You can see we were making higher lows pretty much all day up until noon, and honestly for the for a couple hours after that, or at least an hour and a half, and at the same time we were struggling at 18-19 cents. You guys can see pretty much even again a couple hours after I made that video, we were still struggling at that point, and then lo and behold, we ended up ripping into close very similar to what we saw on Friday. So let me actually redraw this ascending triangle to pretty much extend it a little bit. You guys can see here again, we were in that pretty much all day now that I'm looking at it, up until power hour pretty much, and then once power hour hit heading into close, this started to really take off. From roughly, it started power hour at about 18.5 cents, then we ended up hitting a peak of almost 22, actually over 22.5 cents. So in power hour alone, guys, this stock went up over 20%. On top of that, what, 28% it was up heading into power hour, maybe up even more than that, maybe 30 something percent. Either way, this saw a huge move, and we took out not only the highs from earlier in the day, we took out that 21-cent high with that big move at close, but we also took the highs out from earlier in the day, and of course from Thursday, Friday, which you guys know we actually took those highs out earlier today. That's those highs have been taken out. I mean, you guys can see here we hit 15.5 cents on Thursday. Today we hit 22 cents, and earlier today we hit roughly 19, almost 20 cents. So we're clearly now heading in a direction where the bulls are gaining control after we have entered into the OTC markets, which that was roughly not even a week ago, guys, less than a week ago. We hit 4.5 cents on that day on Wednesday, May 3rd, and we ended up going to about 15 cents, like I said, by Thursday, and now we're continuing that overall breakout with BBBY stock now up a whopping, are you ready for this, 411% from the lows. If you guys bought at 4 cents, which I don't know how many of you guys did, let me know in the comments. I personally did not buy at 4 cents, but if you did, you would be up 400%, over 400% on those particular shares. And of course, a lot of you guys are averaging down, so even if you bought at 4 cents, you're not in at 4 cents. That's not your cost basis, but if it was your cost basis, you would be up a nice 400%, which honestly, guys, this could just be the beginning. I'm not trying to be one of those, AMC, Bed Bath & Beyond fluffers out there, but, I think truly that this could be the start of a run, maybe not towards, 20, 30, 40, 50 bucks. I know a lot of you guys think that's possible. Sure, it's possible, but maybe back towards $1, $2, $3. I mean, I was looking at Luckin Coffee earlier, guys. You guys remember that Chinese company, Luckin Coffee? It was kind of deemed the Starbucks of China, right? Let me pull the ticker up. Well, it used to be LK, but there was a lot of fraud. Essentially, they were cooking the books. This was a couple years ago, and they were just completely fraudulent for the most part. Their numbers were fudged, and they had to pretty much, go OTC. I forget what their ticker is right now. God dang it, guys. Here it is, actually. It's LKMCY. So I believe they had to get delisted. The company, I think it either went bankrupt or somehow avoided bankruptcy. I don't know, but what I do know is, I forget, guys, this was a couple years ago, but all I do know is this was actually before the pandemic. It was at $51 in January of 2020, and it went down all the way to 95 cents by June. Essentially, in 6 months, it went from over 50 bucks to under $1. Talk about complete destruction, and now the stock is sitting at, what, 22 bucks? I mean, I'm not saying for sure that's going to happen to Bed Bath & Beyond, but it's possible, especially if there's some kind of merger acquisition, they get bought out. I mean, who knows exactly what's going to happen, but all I'm saying is this is one example, and there's many out there, of a company that got completely destroyed. Now that their stock has pretty much turned around. And sure, Luckin Coffee, they were cooking the books. I mean, the company's not fundamentally sound at the end of the day, and neither is Bed Bath & Beyond for that matter, but that's not why we're in it. I mean, it's more of a share manipulation type play. I mean, you guys know what it is. We're not in this because Bed Bath & Beyond is going to be the biggest retailer in the world. I mean, unless maybe some of you guys are, I don't know. But all I'm saying is, this company got destroyed. Now they're, starting to climb back, and their stock has gone crazy, right? From 95 cents to at one point it was up over $30. So I'm saying that could be in the cards for a BBBYQ. And of course, guys, I'm not a financial advisor. Don't do anything based on this video, please. And if you're going to risk money on this stock, which it is a massive risk, in my eyes, it is wise to do it with a very small amount of money that you're willing to lose. And I was listening to this podcast the other day. This one guy had, I think, like 150 grand or 200 grand. He was saying that him and his family put together over $1 million and they bought Bed Bath & Beyond stock. I mean, to me, that's a little bit wild. I'm not going to lie. But to each their own. Of course, you can do whatever you want. But for me, I wouldn't risk $1 million on Bed Bath & Beyond unless I was, let's just say, a hundreds of millionaire, whatever, multi-nine figures. If I had that much money, sure, I'd put $1 million on it. But if I had a life savings of $1 million, would I put $1 million? No. I mean, I'd put an amount of money that I'm willing to lose. But again, everybody's going to do what they want to do, to each their own. And if this plays out like we think it could play out, it could be all worth it at the end of the day. I don't know. But for me, I'm not willing to risk my life savings on it, but I am in it with a small position, and I'm actually looking to buy a little bit more on the next pullback. We'll see if it comes. I don't know. But what would be the big turn for the Bulls? Sure, the Bulls are up, or the Bulls are doing great these past couple of days. But what would be the huge breakout spot? It's going to be right around 50 cents, guys, 55 cents, right by this 180 moving average on the 4-hour chart and right by the highs from the middle of April. If you guys remember, back on the 19th, we saw a nice rally to 56 cents, and then from there, we went all the way down to 4 cents. If we were to retake the mid-50s, start breaking 60, 70 cents, that is where we could really start to move just from a technical, standpoint. Because right now, let's be honest, even though we're up a lot, to play devil's advocate here, we're still clearly in a downtrend. We're under the highs from the middle of April, and we're well under the highs from the end of March, being about 81 cents. So if we start clearing out of the moving average here, which we're under it, we start breaking the highs from April, we start going to the highs from the end of March, that's where this thing could get traction, gain traction, and really start to move. And mind you guys, there's so many shares being traded. The volume today was over 82 million, and I don't suspect that coming down anytime soon. I mean, this stock is heavily talked about. It is all over the forums. A lot of YouTubers are talking about it, myself included, right? And, there's no way in my eyes that this is going to, the volume's going to die down a bunch like we typically see in the OTC markets. For this stock, it's kind of an outlier. At least that's how I'm looking at it. What do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. And if you have not gone up to 15 stocks yet for Moomoo, use that link down below. Once you open up an account, you get 1 free share of stock right off the bat. Once you deposit at least $100, you get 4 more stocks on top of that 1 stock. And listen to this, once you fund your account with at least $1,000, guys, you get another 10 stocks, totaling 15 free stocks. So if you guys want some free money and you want to help out the channel, use that Moomoo link down below. It is greatly appreciated. And with that being said, let's quickly look at what the markets did today. And honestly, guys, the markets were so boring today. I barely looked at SPY and Triple Q. I was zoned in on Palantir today, which you guys know that stock did very well. I was watching that all day. Bed Bath & Beyond, of course, I was watching. Other stocks like AMD, that did very well. SoFi did well today, although the chart does not look that great still. Let's see what else. CCL did very well. That one's starting to break out. We called that out a couple videos ago. I actually did an update on it earlier today. So I was watching a bunch of those stocks, not really the overall markets, but let's quickly take a look at SPY. Today it went up a whopping 11 cents, and you guys know how I feel about this. It's in an ascending triangle. We have resistance at 417 coming up. We just have to break out of there. If you're a bull, you need to see this break 417, which, yeah, we're getting close to it, but we've gotten rejected time and time again over the last couple of weeks. So keep that in mind. And when it comes to Triple Q, it's pretty much the same thing. Sure, it is starting to peak out a little bit above this ascending triangle. Let me actually clear the drawing set and draw a new one. Yes, we're starting to peak out of it, but still it's not fully breaking out. And to me, guys, it will if it starts to break above, let's say, the mid 320s, which I believe I do have an alert at 325. Yeah, there it is. If it breaks that, 330, 335 could be next, maybe even higher. So yeah, markets at this point, guys, they've been sideways for the last couple of weeks. I'm not sure if you've noticed that, but Triple Q hasn't done much in the past over a month at this point. It's been topping out at about 320, and SPY has also been pretty boring as well, which is honestly why I started making a lot more content on these particular stocks like Palantir, AMC, you know, Bed Bath & Beyond, because honestly, guys, and this is real talk here, I started to get tired of the content that I was making on this channel. I really did start to get tired of it in terms of covering the markets 3 times a day, doing all these updates on just solely the markets. You know, it was too repetitive. Nothing was really changing. It's like watching paint freaking dry. So I figured, let me try and not make a huge pivot to the channel, but let me start incorporating some other, you know, fun, volatile stocks onto the channel, and, you know, to spice up the content a little bit and make it more fun for me, because again, I was getting burnt out. It's like watching paint dry with the S&P and Triple Q these days. And don't get me wrong, back during the pandemic, when SPY was swinging 10%, 15%, or maybe it wasn't 15%, but it was doing some crazy stuff. Sure, that was an awesome time period, and 2021. But now recently it's been boring these last couple of weeks. So I was like, hey, let me spice up the content. Let me switch it up. And I've been having a lot of fun with the channel these past couple of weeks, guys. Let me know if you've been liking the content. Seriously, let me know down below in the comments. And of course, I'm not going to stop the overall market updates, but I'm just going to do them less often, maybe once a day instead of 3 times a day. And then the other videos I'll make are around, you know, very volatile stocks, what's going on with some individual names, right? Let me know what you guys think about that. Seriously, down below in the comments. It's greatly appreciated because, again, I was just getting burnt out and I needed to spice things up a little bit, and you know, that's the way I'm liking it right now, and that's the way it's going to be here on the channel from now, at least in the, you know, in the short term. Maybe we'll switch it up again in a couple weeks, couple months, I don't know, but right now the format I have going is it makes sense for me, is something I'm enjoying, and for that reason I'm gonna stick to it. What do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. Hit that like button and feel free to subscribe. Check out all those links as well for the free stocks, the Patreon, and with that being said, guys, I appreciate you all as always. Peace out.